First of all, I want to thank the seniors that played their last game in Memorial Stadium. This is a tough one. You know, to be in control of the game like that. I gotta do a better job of getting them to close people out, and that's gonna happen with maturity and doing a better job. But take the head off to these kids. You know, just a good character group that's not gonna quit. I told them today they're a better football team when the day I met them in December, and we're gonna continue to get better. Day in and day out, and we're going to come back next week and we're going to play hard again and look for a different result. Just didn't happen today. This one hurts.
Question. Ricky, is there anything at the end of the game would you have liked to done that drive different? The one you managed, the one where you guys going to get the first down and you had to punt it right back to him?
Yeah, you run the ball and you lose two. You're just not blocking it clean. So we try to get it in the air. Right there you gotta, like you said, I gotta get them. We gotta teach them to close them out. How can we close them out?
Coach, I know you haven't seen the film yet, but your impressions of the running game or lack thereof today?
Yes, it just hadn't been there. We've been having trouble with it. It's been week in and week out. You got to play with the guys that we have. We can't trade them. But so we gotta figure that out. That's something that we got to figure out.
Did you guys choose to go? Did you guys the choice for the wind there in the second half?
Well, in the second half, we didn't want to give them the ball and the wind.
How tricky was that win? Just to manage the game flow, knowing when you have it one way and then have it the other way going against you?
I don't think that affected the throws. I thought it was the kicking game that it affected. So we just, with Brian, we say, hey, you got to hit this one. And he caught a line drive on one of them. The wind caught it and he caught a line drive. So it was basically the kicking game that the wind gave us trouble. Throwing it, I thought it was okay.
That field position that you had on your last offensive drive before the final minute on fair catch at the 10 or the 11 there, would you like to see him run with that one? Or?
Yeah, it's safe. So it's safe. We don't have a return set up with safe because you're trying to make sure that they don't hit us with a fake. So it was safe. He did what he's did and what he's coached to do.
Ricky, how would you assess the defense today? They played 70 snaps. Just their performance and how it finished, I guess.
Well, I mean that's a lot of snaps when the team's running the ball at you because eventually it'll start leaning on you, and that's when we got to play complementary football. We got to get all three phases to go, but we got to keep the ball on offense to give them a chance. So that's not just on them. That's on the entire scheme of things. Well, I thought Casey went out and he hadn't practiced, in a while. And I thought, he came out a little rusty the first play. I think he opened up the wrong way. But I thought as the game went along, he settled down a little bit. He was a little antsy at times, but, I thought he made some good throws. I thought, just any quarterback, you're going to miss some. But I thought he saw it better than I thought he was going to see it today.
Any update on
Buford?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he's seen the doctor. We'll know more tomorrow. We'll know more tomorrow.
Did you see what happened?
No, they said it was ugly, though, so I didn't see what happened.
You again got pretty big contributions from a couple of true freshmen on defense, Malcolm and Ernest. What do you think about their future and the way they play against that opponent in this kind of environment?
Well, those kids play hard. Those kids are two really good football players, and you got to make sure we sit down with them. Sit down with them at the end of the season and see what they're thinking. But just two good kids though, so they'll be back to come back next year to get better.
Coach, talk a little bit about the senior group. You touched on it, but since you've known, there's been a lot they've gone through: coaching changes, COVID, NIL became a deal. Talk a little bit about the group since you've known them.
Well, just a great group of guys, great character kids, just great players, and they hadn't gotten the wins that they wanted. But they come in this building every day, never negative, always positive, and they come in here to work. and that's what you appreciate from them. And if that's the type of team that you want a high character team that no matter what they're going to come in here and give you work. But I take my hat off to them, and we're going to miss them.
Coach, this is the first full game with Love in the box. How do you think the communication was?
Oh, I think we have some veteran coaches down there with Donnie Applewhite, Beck. So we have some in Cass. We have some veteran coaches. So that was in their first rodeo of being with the coordinator in the box. But I thought it went good.
Not going to be fixed overnight, but the offensive line, what do you think needs to just kind of transform there so that, your running backs aren't getting hit 3 yards behind line of scrimmage with the ball?
Well, we got to get some depth. We got to put some competition up there. And you heard me say before we got to get a competitive roster. And you got to get some depth up there. You got to have 16 to 17 guys that's on scholarship to get some depth to get them going, because they rotating defensive linemen. You got to be able to rotate those kids. But you know what? Those kids come out here every practice, and they practice hard, and they come out every game and give their all. Yeah.
Earlier in the season, there was a conversation about, well, Nebraska's offense scored 42, and the defense gave up 45. But today, that kind of reverses. How do you talk to a defense that fought its guts out, but ultimately was on the field for 37 minutes because the offense couldn't hold on to the ball?
Yeah, you don't have to talk to them because we talk. We're a family. We're not going to point fingers. So I don't have to talk to them because I know the way they're thinking. They're thinking like this. We got to hold them. And the offense is thinking like this. We got to score 16 points. So we don't blame the fact. We don't play the pointing game. We're a family. We're going to stick together and we're going to fight through this.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Thank you.